Who's starting?
What is up, guys? Welcome to this episode of the Missonian. It's RJ the Beast
BJ the Kid.
over here on the Fork and Knife. But up on you, I've been having some issues with my speaker, but I think we're good to go right now. But this will be take 3 of this video, and I apologize for that. But this is take 3 of what it means to be successful. Okay, and I apologize again for the other videos. I had to cut them short or my mic wasn't working, but I want to talk about success and what gets us there. In order for us to be successful, we've got to reach certain goals. Whether it be finish education, whether it be being more athletic, whether it be taking a position more seriously in sports or whatever it may be, even me in a career, what it takes to be successful. Now, in order to be successful, like I said, there's different steps. There's goals you have to reach. And in order to reach those goals, a lot of times we need help. Okay. And it takes a big person to admit help. But the biggest aspect of that is just asking for the help that you need when you need it, not waiting and trying to see if you can do it by yourself. If you know you need the help, then go ahead and ask for the help, get it, and then continue to your success or whatever it may be. But I think the biggest issue with all of that is making sure that when you receive the help to reach certain goals, to get up to that point of your success, just admit that you needed that help, but also give thanks to the people that actually helped you and gave you, the guidance and the information needed. Now, if you still fail, always remember that failure is knowledge, because failure teaches us how to do things the next time. A lot of times when kid does something, we talk about it a little bit and he realizes, we'll just talk about even the sports on the football field. Now, if he does something that he knows he should have been doing a little differently to be better at that movement or better in that position, well, guess what? He can learn for the next time. So when he goes back into that safety spot or goes back in to run the ball or wherever it may be, he catch the ball,
hit the ball,
or anything like that, in any sport, shoot the ball, hit the ball, like Kid said, he'll be better at it because of the failures or things he didn't know. But as long as you ask questions, you get the knowledge you need to be successful. Now, I've heard this term my whole life, that the struggle is real. And here's the deal: the struggle is real. But how hard was it if you gained the knowledge and everything you needed and you had assistance getting there? My biggest thing with me in my life is that every success or every failure that I've overcome has created more success. But I could not do it by myself. I had people in my life that assisted me and helped me to the point where I am today. I'm not too big to admit when I need help. I'm not too big to admit that someone else has given me information or knowledge to get me there. You know, Everybody in the world has had help at one point in their life, and they'd be lying to you if they told you that they did it all on their own, or they never would have gotten there if it wasn't for them and how hard they work. Which, yes, 9 times out of 10, hard work and effort do get you to where you need to be. But in the same token, nobody gets anywhere without following certain guidelines and asking certain questions. So no, but I give thanks to a lot of things in my life. I give thanks to my kids, my wife, friends that have been there for me. I make sure everybody knows that I'm not an I man. I'm a we man. We did it. And I know that sounds funny to be a we man, but I people don't really go that far, because it takes an army to win a battle. It doesn't take one soldier or one person or one individual. It takes an army. It takes a group. So, the more people involved, the more knowledge you gain. Nobody in the world who has money or has become rich or has been successful or anything like that has gotten there by solely doing it by themselves. Okay. Even people that own their own business have investors. They have people there giving to their idea that this is going to work. Not that the thing they have already works, but the idea that is going to work. So, with every goal you reach comes knowledge, and we discuss that. Now, with that knowledge comes power, because it takes a powerful mind to reach its goals, and you got to think about this type of thing. In your life, people say there's always going to be roadblocks. There's always going to be walls put up, and I use this analogy often, but there's no speed bump too big and no wall too tall that if I can't go over, I'm going through. because at the other side of those walls and speed bumps are your successes, the things you want to reach. So let's talk about that for a minute. What kind of things do people want to get to in their life? What success is? Well, that is different in every person in the world. Every person has a certain goal they want to reach, whether it be to be a better person in their career, to be a better wrestler, football player, baseball player, be a better friend, be a better husband, whatever it may be. Those people set goals for themselves to reach. If your attitude is bad and you ask for somebody for help, how do you expect those people to give you help? Right. But the more knowledge you have and the more I would say the more calm interactions you have with people when you're struggling builds character, and they start to see this person really wants to be successful. This person really wants to reach a goal, and they're asking for help. So why would somebody help somebody whose attitude is bad or doesn't have the right kind of communication skills when there's somebody standing next to them that has a good attitude, never wants to fail, always wants to work together one on one, and never talks about me. So in order to reach these type of things, there's a stairway. I call it steps to success. And a lot of people say that, but to me, I think it means something different. So the first part is come up with the idea. Where do you want to be in 3 or 4 years? And for like kid, where does he want to be in the next 10 years? You know, you know,
Oh wait, no. Probably good college.
okay. So you want to go to a good college. It's great because guess what? Educational goals are key in order to be successful, even in athletic things like football, baseball, basketball, whatever it may be. Being intelligent is a fallback. So kid knows, and that's a good point. At first, he was going to say NFL, right? Every young person who is athletic wants to be a famous football player, wants to go to the Major League Baseball, wants to be in the NBA, right? But a lot of people don't realize, and kid caught himself, and I'm proud of him for that, is you have to have a good education. So guess what he said? I'm going to stop. I want to go to a good college. That's great because guess what? If the NFL, if the NBA, if the MLB doesn't work out, because I think they say 10% out of everybody that graduates college end up in a professional sport, right? His goal is to get there. But guess what? Even if he doesn't, his education will be number one because he'll have that as a fallback. Just like me, what I do is I work with young people. I make sure that young people understand that there is a future for them, no matter if they mess up or they don't mess up, right? But with that comes counseling, with that comes education, and with that comes an ability to say, I conquered a big thing in my life that I failed at, which is that educational piece. So that's very true. So, you know, in your heart, you have to know that outcomes create either negative or positive things in your life. So I always say, never walk into a situation that you cannot control the outcome of. Never walk into a situation where you feel like you're out of control of your own ability to create a positive environment for yourself. You have to be in a strong mindset. Okay. You have to be in a powerful mindset where you can say, no, this is not right. And your pride and your ego don't take over, and you can walk away from that scenario. Because in the long run, a lot of times if you put yourself in these negative outcomes, it can ruin a whole bunch of things down the line for you. And kid can attest to this. Kid has seen a lot of things in school, a lot of things outside of school, where sometimes he's been like, Dad, why is this happening to this person? And I have to tell him, like, look, it's not right to do these type of things to other people. It's not right to administer what people call hate. It's not right to look at anybody differently, because nobody understands everybody on a personal level. We just only understand what we see, right? And what's portrayed by the media and things like that. But in reality, you know, how we view people around us can help in our success later on in life. Because guess what? People are going to be different in a career, on the football field, on the baseball field, on the basketball court. Even cheerleading, if that's what you decide to do. People are going to be different, right? Would you look at somebody on your team that acts a little different than everybody else and say, oh my God, you're different? No, they're part of your team, and in essence, they will be what makes you guys successful as a team. And you cannot be an I man in team. Just like in a career, you cannot be an I man when there's all of us rowing a boat. You know, I tell people that work with me all the time. It takes everybody rowing the same direction to get the boat to where you need it to be. If for any reason one person stops rowing or rows a different direction, guess what's going to happen? The boat's slowly going to turn, and you're not going to reach the outcome you need to get to. You're not going to reach where you need to be because everybody's got to be on the same page doing the same thing. Okay. Now let's talk about individualized goals. And I'm going to end after this because it's already been, look at that. We've already been talking for over 10 minutes, kid. But individualized goals, all of our goals don't look the same. When I was kids' age, I wanted to be a firefighter. Well, guess what? I used to volunteer firefight. My career is not firefighting. I love it, but it's not firefighting. But the goals I had when I was younger changed as I became an adult because I stepped into a role where I get to help young people that were kind of like me, struggling. The kid has a goal to get his education done and then get into some kind of professional sport, which I think he can do it, but I'm his dad. Okay. I know in his heart, he has to know he can do it and he'll reach his goals. So I'll leave you with this. Everybody's goals are different, but it's what's in your mind and what's in your heart that'll help you reach those goals. It's what's in your own mind that creates the outcomes. Don't walk into outcomes you can't control. Don't put yourself in situations you can't back out of. And don't ever say anything that you're going to regret, whether it be to a boss, a teammate, a coach, a parent, or a spouse. Because in the long run, you want to be able to walk back up to those people with your head held high and say, I gave it my all. Thank you guys for watching this episode of the Missonians. It's RJ the Beast.
DJ the Kid.
And we will be back on here. You guys like these videos?
Hit that subscribe button.
Make sure you leave us a comment and we will respond. Okay, now, here's the thing. I want everybody to think about future goals and what success you want to reach and what goals you have in mind. And leave them in the comments and we will help you guys figure out a way to reach those goals. I promise you, from the mind of a kid and from the mind of an adult, we will help you any way we can. Thank you guys for watching this episode of the Missonians. And as always, peace.